Okay, let me see. We start at the character selection menu, obviously. There's Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus currently in the horde testing, but I'm not really feeling either of them, so we're going to go with Carnotaurus today.
Did it look cool like in the movies?
You peed yourself.
And here we go. What the fuck? We're born in the middle of absolutely nowhere, cause why would we be born anywhere logical? After getting my orientation right, we start our journey for the sanctuary. On our journey to there, we receive a mutation.
What's that supposed to do?
Well, you know what they say about bringing a knife to a gunfight?
Why not? The world can be a dangerous place because I... Oof, never mind. Make it very dangerous for myself. After licking our wounds, we do manage to find a dead deer in the sanctuary that is surrounded by a bunch of very cursed compies. What the fuck was that? I love these little things. They're so cute. Hi. For most, sanctuaries are a place of refuge and safety from the dangers of the outside world. Yet for us, sanctuaries are just another hunting ground. Unfortunately for us, we are getting way too big to be in the sanctuary. No shit, we're too big for this place now. And I have to run out of there before the bees kill me. That didn't stop me from trying to get the Allosaurus though. He decides to punch me, which means that I'm gonna drag him on the open so I can bite him, but that didn't really go for my liking. After a bit, we happen to see more juveniles, and we also continue to torture them. We are still very small, we aren't sub-adult, so we are a very small Carnotaurus, torturing even smaller creatures, because that's just what we do.
Thomas, nice and guys.
How does anyone find that funny?
Oh my god, this sticks. Nice, I got him! I check his organs because I do not have interest in his flesh, I only want to see his organs, and I only want to eat them. His organs will give us our diets, which is very necessary for us to get a prime. However, his friend doesn't seem very happy about the fact that I killed him. And for our luck, he offered us more organic matter. Very generous of him. Okay. After taking a moment to admire their fallen corpses, we continue on our journey to find more diet. I do not have interest in you outside of your organs. Before filling out our alpha diet and the beta diet being almost completely full, we decided to continue on towards highlands, where we could potentially find galleys for the rest of our diets. During the start of this journey, we spot a T-Rex trying to ambush us from a bush. He is so visible that we are never truly in any danger. We can just ignore his silly existence and leave. Soon after we reach 50% growth and I get my second mutation.
Amazing.
That's probably really good. After making it to Highlands, we hear noises from the bushes. My interest grows and I decide to take a look. It's a galley surrounded by a couple of Rexes. Regardless of his massive bodyguards, we decide to go for the galley because he is our Gamadian. But my inability to use the Carnotaurus right kinda just plays into his favor. Yes, I know, it is so annoying to look at me use the source wrong. I just want the galley. Can I have the galley, guys? There's 3 of you? Holy shit. The googly-eyed demon wins this fight as I am not about to take on 3 T-Rexes. Once the evening arrives, we meet a very angry Prime Omni. Okay, I'm just looking for galleys, guys. I don't want trouble. At night, it becomes apparent that he indeed did find the trouble he was seeking for. Being our beta diet, I happily scavenged off of his body. But we were not alone in this clearing. I can see you. What the hell are you? You baby Carno.
Please, sir.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I'm gonna take one more thing and then you can have the rest, okay? At morning we run into more Carnotauruses, yet decide to remain quiet. Later on, we meet another one that appears to be solo. After exchanging some information with him, we learn that there are 2 corpses at the bridge. Soon after, we finally reach our adult stage. No. Great.
Okay.
Oh, I got... Okay, cool. Great.
Baby, that's what I've been waiting for.
That one. That sounds like a good combo. Okay. Being on the wrong side of the mountain, I decide to ignore the corpses and instead head to West Coast. Jesus, okay. Unfortunately, it appears that 2 Rexes had the same idea, meaning that staying at West Coast became incredibly dangerous very fast. While I found their sass to be very amusing considering how slow they are, I still didn't want to risk getting ambushed at the only drinking pond in West Coast. Okay. So instead I decided to cut through the forest. Our food situation is very bad right now. As we know, there's corpses on the bridge. That is our next goal. Yes, it's still there, I think. It is taking us very long to reach the corpses, and you know exactly what that means.
Brother,
Eating a rotted corpse is extremely dangerous, but my food situation is so low that I believe our best hope is to eat the rotted corpse. Now at risk of throwing up and having rapid dehydration, our situation is very dire. We need to find food as soon as possible. There's nothing around, no corpses, no nothing. My only chance at surviving is to run. I'll place him dead. And soon enough we pick up a scent of alpha diet. As it happens to be the only diet around, we have to be extremely careful that it is not used as an ambush point.
It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
We kinda have to go in it and hope for the best. And we are in luck. It is just an abandoned corpse. And it is just what we need to survive. At morning, everything is fine, and we are no longer in dire need of food. The audio is kind of bugged at points. It's funny. Oh well, there's something going on over there. It seems to be a group of Allosauruses. And finally, my first ever galley AI. And I still am using the stars wrong. And yes, it is very painful to watch, I know. But I do learn how to use it soon enough. This galley is exactly what we needed, because now I have my gamma diet. Doesn't fill us completely up, but
Good enough for me. Clap, clap.
at this point we realize that we are under ambush by an extremely obvious Allosaurus, who for some reason thinks that even though he is burning white and as bright as the sun, he would be able to hide in this bush from me. I saw you, you fool. I find it amusing, so I decide to entertain the idea of fighting him. Once he crawls out of the bush, I think about shouting at him. But then I remember that I just saw a bunch of allos, so all of my warning bells go off immediately. I decide to do a counter ambush to see if he is actually alone or not. It takes a while for the counter ambush to work, but clearly it does. Is it 1 or 2? I don't know. After a little bit of time, we do get a confirmation that it is at least 2 Allosauruses. And as you can see, he is looking way too much towards my bush. It's 2. And I hear another Allosaurus trying to ambush me, and I immediately run off. No, it's 3 actually. Which is not something I'm willing to take on. Potato ship. By morning, we make it to the west coast. And at west coast, I finally figure out how to use Carnotaurus. Oh! What the? How do I do that?
How have you survived this long?
Does it have like a cooldown? No? Oh, I figured it out. Hold right and left click. That's cool, okay. After hanging out at the beach for a little bit, we do realize that there is a Herrera around. And Herreras do not get to exist without getting punished.
You can't stop me no matter who you are.
I'm mostly toying with him like a cat toys with a mouse. Dun, 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 dun. You better get up! I don't think you can do much. You're kinda stuck, buddy. I really hate Herreras. Come on, Rock. Let me up. While I'm torturing this Herrera, I do meet a little guy. I decide to group with the little man. His presence doesn't really change anything. I don't really mind having him around. Lucky guy. I want this Herrera. I want it so bad. I hate Herreras with a passion. I do. I hate them so much. At this point I decide that it's time for me to abandon the Herrera torture spree, because I am currently taking care of a smaller Carnotaurus, which would be in danger of starving by now. He's so tiny! I have a baby! I have a little baby! Here. Yes, good, he's following. Before getting to migration, we do manage to hit the sanctuary. And he points out a juvie I can kill in the bush. Oh, here. Snatching some AI for him. I have have to keep him fed because at his size he's running out of food fast. You might actually need that. And we get lucky in the dark forest by hearing a baby Allosaurus trying to kill a boar. All of these organs go well with my little one because they're gonna give him all the diets he needs. More organs for you. At morning we finally make it to our migration zone, and over here I spot a couple of Utahs. The darkness is concealing them very well. I'm scanning the area very carefully. And soon enough I find one trying to drink. It is very important that you're very aware of your surroundings in this game. Oh, I killed two! After eating the Omnis or Utahs, if you wanna stay, we decided to continue on our journey back to Highlands where we could find more galleys. We have mud. I wanna see what it looks like. The stinky gets to be stinky. Oh, it's so cute. Very nice. Now we're muddy. Nice, it's raining, so I get this mud off me. Nice. I love it. We reach Highlands, and it is very apparent my little friend is not that little anymore. Jesus, you keep spooking me! Your footsteps are getting so heavy. Still feeding him mostly organs, just to make sure that his diets are up. At the lake I hear an idle sound of a tyrannosaur. What the fuck did I kill? There's a baby Rex! Here. Organs. My little friend grown almost entirely by organs. We spent the day at Highlands, and then he spots a creature. Yet it happens to be a Stegosaurus. Nah. Me being uncertain of what the damage and bleed output of it is really making this fight difficult. And obviously him being in the bush isn't going to help it any way or form. It does so much damage. I try to bait him into using his tail swing, because if I can drain his stamina, he's not gonna be able to smack me. However, I cannot see him whatsoever. It is very hard for me to tell where he is or what he's doing, and I am getting afraid that he's sitting in the bush. I am trying to be very careful about my bleed and clearing it as much as possible, but it is doing very little. I'm trying to get my bleed off. Luckily my little friend is keeping an eye on the stego.
That was scary.
I am actively bleeding to death. Okay, thank God. Wow! Wow, I have bleed resistance and health recovery. Oh boy. Stego hurts. Or maybe I just suck at carno, but either way it hurts. How would I explain bleed in the Isle? This is mostly separate from your health. Okay? So you can die of bleed even if you are not taking that much damage. You can bleed things to death just by draining this instead of their health. So it's like a second health bar really. So you have health and then you have bleed. And once you don't have blood, you die. Had I taken another hit from the stego, I would 100% be dead. So Stinky here was very valuable for me during this fight. After explaining my decision making in the game, for no reason, I should do this in post, we decide to go back to West. This is where it all began. At the pond in the west, we realized that there is apparently at least 2 Rexes at the pond. However, the fog is concealing them so well that I decided to move on through the forest. Spooky. We find this very tiny pond of water. nifty. And at this point I realize that I'm losing my stats and I'm getting old. It is going to be bittersweet when I have to go. It will. Half of my life spent with this little one, who's now an adult. He was grown by me. He's my child, at least in the spirit. He's my child in the spirit. Yes. I am no use in fighting anymore. My stats are decaying extremely rapidly. I'm losing speed, I'm losing my bite force, so I decided to take a walk.
Need to be strong, every breath hold, 'cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold.
Let's get his stamina.
Can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost. Need to be strong, every breath hold, 'cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost.
It's like I'm walking to heaven. Okay.
Cause I can't move on till I let go.
Taking in the beauty around me for the last time before saying goodbye. Every story comes to its end. Thank you for watching and have a good night.